There's nothing as justified as what South Africa is doing. Actually, I was amazed that they went there Friday and said, you can't do this. Nobody is doing it. The powerful are not. And the UN, which is supposed to say, stop this, can't do it because the United States vetoes it. But this is precarious. I mean, for the Palestinians, I feel for them. You know, if you've been in the situation in which we were, detained, tortured, no access to the world, no family.
South Africa has once again been applauded for going back to the International Court of Justice to ensure that Israel is held accountable as the situation continues to worsen in Gaza. The point of concern is in Rafah, where Israel is vowed to intensify its military offensive in southern Gaza. Delegates here at the Global Anti-Apartheid Conference on Palestine want an immediate, unconditional and permanent ceasefire in Gaza.
Definitely we had to go back to the International Court of Justice because we can see the attacks, the killings, people under siege is still continuing in Gaza. And the measures that were agreed to, Israel is ignoring them, is not enforcing them. And then therefore we had to go back to the court to say additional measures ought to be looked at, including the investigation of the discovered mass grave behind a hospital. And then we don't know what was the cause, who caused it, but should it be found out that it was the Israel soldiers who did it, then that is a sign of a Holocaust in the beginning. Genocide is what we say it still is.
Absolutely. What's happening in Gaza is a genocidal war. Palestinian children and women are being massacred on a daily basis, atrocities on an industrial scale. It is absolutely untenable for the world to stand by and to watch and not to take action. And my party, Sinn Féin in Ireland, strongly commends the courageous action of the South African government in taking this landmark case to the International Criminal Court of Justice and seeking action to be taken through the Court of Justice against the State of Israel.
Former President Thabo Mbeki says the world cannot afford to turn a blind eye to this matter.
I mean, the fundamental question there are the rights of the Palestinian people. Until this matter is correctly addressed, that the rights of the Palestinian people are addressed in all respects, right to nationhood, the right to their own country, and all of that. Unless those matters are addressed, the conflict will continue. It doesn't matter what the Israeli government thinks that it can do that with its might, it can smash the Palestinians and so on. The problem is not going to go away until the rights of the Palestinian people are addressed. I'm very glad that our government has taken up this matter in the way that they have. It's very important. It's very important that indeed this task to realize the rights of the Palestinian people is addressed.
Delegates have commanded countries that have stood with Palestine as they seek self-determination, and they call on Israel to end its occupation of Palestinian territories.
We want to say again, South Africa is not alone. Can you imagine, Sophia, in Turkey, 85 million people. If you make a poll today, who is your most favorite nation on earth? I am sure South Africa will be at the top. Although South Africa is not our neighbor. Many Turkish people criticized Turkish government, including myself, because of trade continuing and because of being not so active as South Africa. But people in Turkey, for them South African flag is the flag of humanity. South African leaders are the leaders echoing the voice of humanity. Therefore, on behalf of all those who are silent, I apologize from South African people. Although I was very vocal, I tried to do my best as a former leader.
People attending the conference have vowed to mobilize global solidarity in support of the Palestinian cause, and they want Israel to be isolated in so many fronts until Palestinians are free from the bondage of settler colonialism. Khalihle Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.